to my channel. My name is Keneiloe Myoli. If you're here for the first time, thank you so much for joining us. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. So for today's topic, I thought I'd share with you guys how I found out I was pregnant. So I've been married for a couple of years now. I was lobola in 2013. I think I've mentioned this before. And I had my wedding celebration in 2014. When my husband and I met, I was still studying, so I had plans on studying further. And because we didn't date for that long, we decided that it'll just be the two of us for a few years before we start expanding our family. So 2014, end of 2014, we had the wedding celebration. That's when I actually moved in with him. And 2015, we were not trying. 2016, we were not trying as well. I was on contraceptives, and I have a video on that on my contraceptive journey. Then 2017, him and I decided that okay, I think we're ready now to start trying to conceive, and that's what we did. Unfortunately, what can I say? The contraceptive, they must have affected my hormones and everything, because I didn't get my periods for a good 6 months, and according to my knowledge, they were not supposed to affect my hormones that much, but they did. So the first 6 months or so, nothing happened. I wasn't on my periods, which meant that I couldn't fall pregnant. So yes, and during that time I went for different tests to see if I had a cyst or if there was any other reason why I wasn't getting my periods, but everything was fine. So we waited, and then we tried for a while. Nothing happened, obviously, and guys, I tested countless times. I don't know if it's because it's something that I wanted, or most of the times my body was giving me signs, and sometimes I honestly would skip a month or two, and I thought, okay, this is it, and it wasn't. So after a while, I would test and not tell my husband, because I really didn't want to disappoint him or disappoint myself and have to share it. So at some point I would check and not even let him know about it. And so I was at a point where I didn't even if I had signs or I missed my period, I wouldn't test, because I got so tired of getting a negative test. So I let it go at some point. And then December 2018 happened. January 2019, it was not too long after we came back from our Lesotho trip, my husband and I, and on a Sunday morning, I remember I was doing our laundry for the week or for work, and I threw up. I was alone, my husband wasn't around. I threw up, and I thought it was weird because I'm not someone who throws up. Okay, I left it. I didn't want to test, obviously, because I didn't want to think that I was pregnant when I wasn't. I continued with my life. There were no periods. I had those periods December, beginning of January, when we went away on holiday. So I thought, it's not possible that I'm pregnant. Time went by. I'm still feeling nauseous. I'm like, oh, kantiking. And then I bought a test, or had a test inside the house. I did the test, and I didn't get how if it's negative it's supposed to show one line, if it's positive it will show 2 lines. That one didn't show any lines at all, and I was shocked. I was like, what's happening? Maybe I'm pregnant and it's not showing. So at that point I decided to tell my husband. He went with me to the doctor, but he didn't go inside the GP's office with me. He stayed outside. I told the doctor what happened. The doctor, we did the test, and she was just like, it's negative and there's no use for us to stay longer. It's definitely negative, so you're definitely not pregnant. So this is the same doctor that knew that I've been trying for a baby, or be trying for a baby, because she has been my GP since I moved to Gauteng. So she advised me to get some family planning packages, the Inofolic box. It has sachets for me and my husband, and it has pregnancy test and it has ovulation test as well. So she did advise us. I think she said it's one of the things that she used as well when she was trying for a baby, so it helped her. Before then, I had been drinking Inofolic sachets, but they didn't help. So, but we were willing to try anything. So I remember how disappointed we both were, and I got into the car. No, before then, I went to Discam. I went to buy that Inofolic package, and it was so expensive, guys. It was like, I think around 800, and it was only enough for 1 month. I remember thinking, I definitely can't afford to buy this every month. I definitely can't afford, like, this must just happen. But my husband and I were like, we just decided, let's just get it, because we've tried like other folic acid pills and nothing had worked at the time. But like I said, maybe it just wasn't our time. So then we bought it, we left, and I was drinking those sachets again. My husband was probably taking those pills as well, I suspect. And come to ovulate, I forgot, like, because remember I have the app, you guys. I think I showed you guys, I think I would have uploaded the video where I was telling you guys how I used to check my period and how you can check your period as well. I forgot to check, or maybe because I didn't use the ovulation test because I knew when I'm ovulating because of the app. But yes, I forgot to use the ovulation test. And yeah, when was it? February, I went on my period. So I didn't do any test then. Remember, the last test that I did was in January I did it at home, and I went to the GP, and the test, the one didn't show any result. The second one was negative. Beginning of March, it was the 2nd, it was a Saturday. My helper was around that weekend, because she didn't come every weekend, she came every second weekend. She was around, and I just wasn't feeling well. I remember, I'm not a person who naps during the day, but that day, like, I was out, like, it was so weird. The only time you'll find me nap during the day is if I'm really sick. So that day I was just napping. I was napping in our room. When she went to clean our room, I'd move to the guest bedroom, like that. And I remember my husband asking, like, are you okay? And I said, no, I'm not. I really don't know what's happening with me. The only thing that would make sense is if I were pregnant, but I obviously know that I'm not. Remember, like, I've done this pregnancy test so many times, and every time it's been negative. So for me, I didn't think that I was pregnant. So I said, I'm definitely not pregnant. So he was like, just check. And I said to him, I don't even have pregnancy tests inside the house. And he said, but we can get one if you want it. And I said, no, it's fine, don't bother, I'll be fine. Later that day, I remember, oh yeah, that box that I got in January from the doctor, it had pregnancy tests. I had 2 pregnancy tests. So I decided to just do the test without telling my husband. I did the test, and when I did the test, I'm like, am I seeing 2 lines? I couldn't believe it. I called my husband. I called him to the bathroom. I couldn't wait, you guys. Like, I called him to the bathroom. I was like, look at this, the test result. And he looked at it and he was like, what does it mean? Obviously he knows what it means, but I think for him also, like, maybe it was a shock for him. He's just like, what does it mean? And I was like, it means I'm pregnant. And he didn't show any emotion when I said that. I also didn't show emotion. And I think we were both scared that maybe the result was wrong because we had been trying for a while. Um, Although now when I look back at it, I mean, a year and a half is not that long, but if it's something that you guys want, it will feel like it's really, really long. Um, so we just left it, and I was like, "Ah, I'll do another test later," because I remember we were expecting his brother to come to the house that day. Hey, I'm just chilling. I'm still not feeling well. Hey, after an hour or two, I'm like, hey, let me just no. I said I'll do the test the following day. Later, I'm like, hey, let me just check. Let me use the other test that I have before your brother arrives because I can't wait until tomorrow. I do the other test, the second test, still positive, but the second line wasn't as clear as the first test. I remember. So then I was like, maybe the first test was wrong. Okay, my husband and I don't even discuss it. Yeah, I remember I told my mom, if you know me, you know how close I am to my mother. So I I sent my mom a text. I'm like, I think I might be pregnant. And she said, why? And I told her and I sent her a photo. My mom was over the moon. She had been wanting to become a grandmother. So my mom was like, no, you're definitely pregnant. But I wasn't celebrating. My husband wasn't celebrating. We didn't talk about it that day. We left it the Sunday. I called my GP, and I remember like they charge, on a Sunday they normally charge like these extra rates. Like my GP is already quite expensive. It's around 500 for the consultation, and on a Sunday you pay an additional 300 or something. And then you must still pay for medication, everything else afterwards. So I decided, no, I'll go on the Monday morning before I go to the office to just check with the doctor. So Sunday, again, we don't talk about it. Monday morning, we go to the doctor together, and I go into the consultation room. It's a different doctor. The one that I usually go to see, she was busy, and obviously I was in a hurry to go to the office. I tell her what happened. So she says, you know what, I'm not gonna do a pregnancy test because we've already done it. I'm rather gonna do a blood test, and we will only get the results around 12. I think she said 2 p.m. That was around 8 a.m. in the morning. Guys, at that point I really wanted to know, and I was like, now I'm gonna have to wait until 2 p.m. Fine, I go to the office. Still, I don't tell anyone. I go to the office. I don't know, I can't remember if I forgot about it or what. Maybe at the back of my head I was still thinking about it. Around 12 I get a call, but now I have that GP's number, or their number on my phone. I pick up the call. I go to the back of the office. The doctor's like, hi, Mrs. Myoli, it's Dr. So and so. So I have your results and congratulations. And why am I getting emotional? Okay, and congratulations. Sorry, you guys, I wasn't expecting to get emotional. And congratulations, you are, I think at the time I was about 6-8 weeks pregnant. I was happy. Like, you see, like the emotions that I have now, the reaction that I have now, just thinking back to it, that's how I felt. And I couldn't tell anyone about it. I was just I just said, okay, thank you. And immediately I tried calling my husband. He didn't pick up. I think he was in a meeting or he was busy with something, but because he was also waiting for the results, he immediately called me back, and I was like, we are gonna be parents. We are gonna be having a little baby. I don't know. I don't know what my husband was thinking. So maybe one day he will tell us on the channel, will tell me. But I definitely know that he was happy, and all he said was, "Okay, I'm gonna get the vitamins for you, and you'll have them after work." My husband is a health freak, so I think he was just thinking about my health and the baby's health. So the first thing that he thought about was supplements, those prego makers. So yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant. I remember before I hung up with the GP, I asked her like, when do I need to go? What did I ask her earlier? I think I asked her early in the morning, like, when do I need to go to a GP? And she told me, no, it's not necessary actually until you're about 12 weeks pregnant. So I didn't go to a GP immediately, but I decided to check on my not a GP, a gynae. I decided to check my gynae's website, and luckily for him, he has everything on the website as well. Like, it tells you when you're supposed to go for your first consultation. So I waited until I was around 12 weeks, I think. Can't remember, but I waited until I was a couple of weeks pregnant, um, to have our first appointment with my husband. And my husband was at every appointment. I think he only missed one later in the pregnancy, and it's like an appointment that he really couldn't, like a meeting that he couldn't postpone or cancel. But other than that, he was at every appointment. So that's basically how I fell pregnant. I'll share with you the rest of the information on my pregnancy journey, etc. So thank you so much, guys, for listening to how I got pregnant and for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and also click on the notification bell to be notified when I upload videos. If you want to share like a story on how you felt pregnant, please do comment in the comment section. I'd like to find out how it was, how you found out that you guys are pregnant, and how you felt about it. It's really beautiful after you guys have tried for a baby to finally fall pregnant. I know it's different. I mean, you might say, I mean, you guys didn't say 10 years, but when you start doubting yourself, guys, like when you start doubting what your body can do and what God can do for you guys as a couple, then it becomes something else. So I'm really glad that I was able to fall pregnant, have a baby, and now we are a happy family. So until my next video, thank you so much for watching. Bye.